The salmon fishing season is finally here in the Northwest. So this week on the to-do list, I will be catching and preparing salmon using one of the oldest and tastiest methods out there, curing it and smoking it. We were fishing right outside the Columbia River Bar, also known as the graveyard of the Pacific due to the massive standing waves that are generated right offshore. Luckily, we had good weather. Sea state aside, this is the spot to catch salmon. We were in it for Coho salmon, also known as silver salmon, or by the Latin binomial name, With our fishing license, we could each take home 2 hatchery fish, identifiable by the lack of an adipose fin. It didn't take long to find the fish, or catch our limit.
Finless in Seattle. Finless in Long Beach.
The curing process is definitely the most time-consuming, so I got that started right away. 1 cup kosher salt, 1/2 cup sugar, 1/2 cup brown sugar, and 1 tablespoon pepper. Slather on the cure. This is, in fact, the cure to your smoked salmon hunger. Wrap it up into a giant tinfoil salmon burrito, and say goodnight. It's gonna sleep in the fridge for the next 12 hours. Rise and shine, fishy. It's 12 hours later and time to take a shower. If I were to put this fish in the smoker right now, 4 hours later it would be dry. It would be bone dry. It would be gross. It would not be what you think of as delicious, hot smoked salmon. We want to dry it out right now because all these water-soluble proteins that have risen to the surface thanks to the curing process will dry out and create what's called a pellicle. Now I love this word, by the way. Pellicle is just a nice fancy term for skin. And that's what we'll get in about 4 hours after drying it. The skin will prevent a lot of the nice moistures that are in the fish from escaping during the smoking process. It will also attract a lot of the nice smoky flavor that everyone loves so much about smoked salmon. The smoking portion is a bit more nuanced. To give myself some frame of reference, I consulted the best cook I know, Alton Brown. No, I don't know Alton Brown actually, but I do like his show Good Eats. And this episode in particular is quite good for learning how to smoke salmon. With fish smoking knowledge under my belt, it was time to set out to acquire the necessary equipment, per my friend Alton's advice. Wood chips, 2 dowels, a cardboard box, and an electric burner. With my newly acquired equipment in hand, it was time to construct the smoker. Okay, here we go. I need the tape. Where's the tape? Okay, tape it up. Very good. Flippity flop, foldity dop. Gotta cut a trapdoor for this thing. Good. Yep, it's a beautiful trapdoor. Measurements, math, skills, marking. Where do I put these dowels? Maybe right there? No, right there. Yes, and right there. Dowels in, smoker complete. With the rack ready and the burner in place, I was finally ready to put my pellicle-shielded salmon into the smoker, fill my cast iron skillet with wood chips, and turn up the smoke. It might not look like much, but honestly, you really don't need too much to smoke a fish. I mean, you can find most of this stuff at a garage sale, probably. Alright.
Who you talking to?
The camera. Yeah. What is the dog doing?
Hope it doesn't end up smelling like cardboard, though.
Our goal here for the next 4 hours is to keep that box at about 150 degrees. Now, all we really need to do is sit back and wait. And waiting in the hot sun is exactly what I did. This is when a cold beer becomes very helpful. Or 2. Or 3. Remember to keep an eye on the wood chip level. And post the obligatory Instaface photo. And just like my grandpappy used to say, the patient salmon gets the bird. Or the other way around. Whatever. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, if this to-do could be described in any way, it would be time-consuming. You gotta catch the fish, you gotta cure the fish, and then you gotta smoke the fish. But at the end of the day, you are left with one delicious looking piece of salmon. Doesn't smell half bad either. Let's go find out how it tastes.
Wow.
That looks great.
Yeah.
To the fish.
Oh yeah, to the fish.
To the fish. All right.
Cheers, guys. Let's dig in.
I might get high blood pressure from this fish.
Thanks, Mom. Well, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work, but in the end I had some great tasting salmon, so it made it all worth it. If I were to do it again, I would do 3 things differently. 1, I would add less salt to the cure mixture. I didn't think the salmon was too salty, but it might have been too salty. 2, I would dry the salmon after the curing process for a little less time. I think the pellicle on my fish was a little bit too tough. And number 3, I'd probably smoke the salmon for a little bit less time also. I smoked my salmon for about 4 hours, but in the end, it didn't really have the quantity of moisture that I look for in smoked salmon. Anyways, that's my time. Thanks so much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more. If you have suggestions for future videos, leave those in the comment section below. My name is Zachary Lowe. Thanks for watching the to-do list, and I'll see you next week for my next to-do list.